What's up guys, this is Shannon. Today we're going to check out Erat residence in Alam Impian. Let's go! What's up guys, it's a very sunny day and we are here in Alam Impian for the very first time. Although it's so close to my home and a lot of my friends actually migrated here over. But just for context, my home is Taman Sri Banjir, Taman Sri Muda, and because of the flood that frequents around the area, a lot of the community actually upgraded to two main locations. One will be Kota Kemuning, the other one will be Alam Impian. And I must say, after a while visiting this location, I am shocked with the progress. So now you have kind of like a complex, you have so many shop offices, all infrastructures are done, and you can immediately feel the transition right after the toll gate. Immediately the landscape just welcomes you into the township. Solid. And coming into the project, just look into the hardscapes and landscapes and the infrastructure elements. See, roads are all done, landscape all done, walkways and stuff. Anyway, this will be Erat Residence Sales Gallery and the site is just around the corner, right next to the International School, which is awesome, right? Anyway, let's go check out the unit first. So let's just get our coordinates right first, right? For those who are not familiar with the location, Alam Impian is between several addresses like Subang Jaya, Kota Kemuning and Shah Alam. So technically it's in the center and it's connected via three main highways. This morning I took the Kesas Highway, connected over to LKSA, and this was the initial debate for the location, because every time you come into the township you need to pass by the toll, which is about 80 cents lah. And this also gives you access to Federal Highway that connects you over to Shah Alam city. And from there, it connects you over to Sunway lah, Klang lah, Port Klang lah, and a little bit more then you go to Seri Alam side of things already. Yeah, pretty convenient. And then this will be a zoom into the micro locations really. As I said just now, I was surprised by the progress of the site, and just sharing, this is my primary school which is not too far away actually. And around the place you can see right opposite you have Eton International School, you will have the marketplace, the Galleria, right? Then also a beautiful mosque and a lot of Taman Tasik. We'll go check them out later. And this was the tour that we came in with just now. And for the residents who need a little bit more commercial activities, right? One drive away, you are right opposite to Kota Kemuning already, when you have all the other things such as the malls, golf course, hospital, Taipei school and etc. Right? It's just one short drive away. So looking at the project now, this will be the project that we're going to look at today, Erat Residence. And in total, this entire plot of land is 4.5 acres. But there's only one block consisting of 269 units only. Extremely low density, to an extent where they have so much canvas, right? They place the elevated car park away from the main tower, but we'll talk about it later why they do so. Also, they use their usual approach in placing all the common facilities on ground floor. So this is the main way that you come into the development, going through this beautiful guardhouse, and you already see the unso architecture already. You can see glimpse of it on the welcome statement, also the facade of the elevated car park. Okay, and when you come in here, this will be the main drop off. So for residents, you will turn left in directly into the elevated car park. Then on ground floor here, you can see that this is the children playground. And although there's a road here, but this is actually meant for emergency only. It's a fire access for bomba truck. So on normal days, it will be closed off to ensure safety for the kids. Then on this side, then this will be a herbs garden along with a court. I don't know what court is. I think this is a sepak takraw court. Very cool, very rare to see this. Coming out from the other side, then this is the access out from the elevated car park, and this will be a two-way road, so they will drive in and out like that. These will be some open car park areas, and behind the building then will be the remaining facilities. So as we shift over to the facilities plan, here this will be the swimming pool and the wading pool. Then now looking at the facilities layout plan, what we can see here, you have the swimming pool, then you will have the wading pool here. Then this will be the multi-purpose hall. Inside you will have a court, again a half basketball court here. This will be the location of the gym, looking towards the pool, and you can see the same theming treatments. Somehow feels like the Songket texture, which is cool looking. Then under the residential tower is what you have here. This will be the drop off. Then you have the parcel room on this side. You will have the communal kitchen. Then on this side will be more of the facilities that is connected to the play area, where you have the children playroom, the library, then some activity rooms and things like that, all within the bottom of the residential tower. But what they improved on, which I really like, is they joined the elevated car park structure to the building. So from here, if you look at it, right, previously in their Tuai Timur and Tuai Barat, there will be a link bridge between the elevated car park to the building. So some might be complaining about the horizontal distance traveling over to their residence. So I like that the effort of cutting it short, but by building it in this format, greatly reduces the construction cost, especially on the structural elements, because when you have a separate elevated car park, right, you don't need to have a transfer floor, first of all, to have a seamless connection in terms of structural system between the residential tower and the car park. That's why it's friendlier in terms of pricing. Love it. Also, the density is not as crazy high, so the amount of car park provided is not that high too. So for all units, minimum you will get 2 car parks, but there will be some odd units where you get 3 car parks, and definitely this will be in demand. Then for that one penthouse, you will get 4 car parks. Nice. So this will be another illustration of the ground floor facilities, where the playground is around this corner, right? From the main lobby, this will be the lift lobby turning into the left. And when you go up, there will be in total 3 lifts servicing 10 units in total. And all will be placed in a double loaded format, which means having units on both sides, and there will be voids in between them. Okay, so the type A's will be walls attached to walls, and types B's you will have individual pockets, and these are the corner units, which looks awesome. So there will be 2 common size for the entire project, besides one penthouse that is 2,200 square feet, right? Type A is 1,098 square feet, type B is 1,216 square feet, and this will be the unit that we're going to check out today as well. So coming into the foyer, so here you will have the kitchen, which is somewhat like a dry kitchen, because when you look into the yard space here, this is such a beautiful thing. So rare, right? Looking into the ratio to the space, this is so big. Anyway, coming in the dining, then the living space connected to the balcony, 3 bedrooms on one side, where you have bedroom 3, 2 and 4. All will be using bathroom 2 here. Then you will have an ensuite master bedroom here that comes with the bathroom. Let's go check it out. And coming into the unit, first of all, we have that UD approach, that universal design approach, again, that I absolutely adore. You will have the ramps coming in, and this width here is about 1.48 meters, where after you place in the door, you still have such a nice space for your shoe cabinet. Going in, the clearance of the door will be 945 mm, and it means that this will be a 1 meters width door by 2.4 meters height. So it's a very comfortable size. And the first thing after you open the door, this will be the hall that you can see. Wow, just look at that width, right? So that will be the living, dining, and this will be the kitchen. And something you just emphasize a lot, this is what they meant by universal design, where the house is designed absolutely for everyone, and it really matches with the theme of that Songket texture, where the way they weave is somewhat like the overlapping lines, somewhat indicates the family relationship to be Erat. I think that's the inspiration that they have with the whole concept. Right? It also indicates within the floor plate itself, because this is one of those very rare 4-bedroom units. Anyway, looking at the kitchen space, this is about 2.1 meters in length, and this will be perfect for you to have your kitchen cabinet. Not only that, on this wing as well. Okay, so this will be the location of the fridge proposed. However, I will argue that there are just so many other ways of designing. It means if you have a family members with mobility issue, then this will be the proper design to go about it. If not, you can perfectly put in an island here to kind of separate out the spaces a little bit more. Entirely up to you. But the canvas is just solid, especially for this. Okay, besides the width of the yard, which is so humongous, right? Look at the size and scale of this door. This is the door that connects over the kitchen to the yard space and is as big as the main door into the unit. It looks bigger because you will have an adjacent window on this side which connects you from the kitchen over to the dry kitchen part. So practical. And you just look into the scale of the yard space. So it's about 2.5 by 1.9 meters. This gotta be the largest yard space ever, especially when the whole market is just moving away from providing yard within the unit. They double down on it. And I really like this approach because this really ties to the preference of target audience within this area. So for those who are not sure, right, Alam Impian has always been a favorite for our Muslim friends. And when you look into the township altogether, the first thing that welcomes you will be this beautiful mosque. Then you have the parks. And this location has been popular with its landed developments. And this is going to be one of the very rare high-rise projects within the area, which also means you're going to get this beautiful view across when all are just landed, right? By going down deeper into the target audience, that's why they have this new layout compared to their previous project in Tuai. This 4-bedroom layout just suits the needs of the people here. And you combo that with this space, right? So this is about 1.9 meters, a perfect wet kitchen, right? This is not like that converted afterthought kind of situation. This is lovely lah. After having that, then you still have ample amount of space for your laundry area. Okay, so this will be the washer and dryer. Just something to point out will be the feng shui element, so just to make sure that it won't clash if you are a believer of that. Anyway, this will be a connection to the void space. And across spaces, although these are wet areas, right, they still adopt the ramp across, which is very nice in my opinion. Even if you don't have people that are using wheelchair, right, it's just kind to the toes as well. Children and old people won't trip also. Excellent. How I wish every design actually adopts this. Next to the kitchen, then this will be the fabulous dining hall. For ceiling height, this is about 2.9 meters, and for the width from wall to wall, it's about 3.66 meters. Wow, that's why you put in like a 6-seater round table, right? You still have so much circulation space around. This is so luxurious. That's why, right? Personally, I would just add on more cabinet space if you have more requirement for storage areas. For flooring materials, they will be providing these 600 by 600 mm tiles. It also comes with the skirting at the side. And just look at this living area. The sofa settee looks so small because this width is just too huge, right? Anyway, this actually connects you over to the balcony. Let's go check it out. So the width from the handrail to the sliding door is about 900 mm, and the length of the entire balcony is about 3.3 meters. On top of that, you still have a dedicated space that connects you over to the aircon latch. And in this format, the installation work can be done safely, so that's what I like. Then for your balcony, you will be getting this steel handrail, and I kind of like the small little interplay between the vertical members of it to give it more texture. And this will be the view that you get, like it depends on which orientation. And for the sliding door, there will be a slight tint to reduce glare and heat into the house, which is nice. And it opens all the way almost to the end of the facade already. Okay, so I love it. So for a freehold unit in this project, starting price is from 598,000, and after you make some calculation, the price per square feet is about 500-ish per square feet. Well, it depends on which floor and which orientation and which size lah. But I really like that. If you guys are here, you should really check out the penthouse unit, it's at 1.2 million and it's a dedicated layout for penthouse, which is amazing lah. And it's going to be such a debate between the landed typologies here. But if you look across this entire development, for those who are not sure, this is a township development by another developer, and this pocket land here is just developed by the team here. So you kind of have the best of both worlds, and collaborations like this is always a good thing, because when you have several players developing one location together compared to one player slowly developing the address, so the development will take place faster. You have separate teams and resources focusing on different things, which is great. And I do think the pricing of products of such really does fill up a gap within a location, because if you look into the landed properties here, it's about 800 to 900 over 1,000 for a new one. But then if you don't have such a budget but you resonate a lot with this location, as you work in Shah Alam ke, you work in Kota Kemuning ke, it makes a lot of sense. From the living going into the corridor, this will be the connection to the 3 bedrooms and the bathroom. The width of this is about 1.2, the height is about 2.5, where you have a slight drop in the ceiling for pipings. Going in, I absolutely like the width. First, let's this is gonna be the biggest shared bathroom ever. So the width here is about 1.88 by 2.58. It means I stretch all the way, right? I can't even touch from wall to wall. And this design is just a wonderful thing, especially if you have toddlers in the family lah. So at one time you can bathe 2 toddlers without worrying that they might knock around the corners or they fall down or whatsoever, right? And just a bonus also, this is wheelchair friendly, where you have the shower here, the system on this side. For ventilation purposes, this will be the window. Full height wall tiles, and you will have Sorrento WC and Sorrento basin. Again with the wonderful door width and the height position for all the switches, the ramps. Well, I can just go on and on about the universal design approach. Such a huge strength. Right opposite this will be bedroom 1 that is attached to the facade line. This is a little bit smaller, where the size is 2.45 by 3.1 meters. So you can squeeze in a single bed with bedside tables and a wardrobe. However, the window size is nice. And let's just check out the lock. Solid. Then the floorings for bedroom, they are providing laminated timber floor, which is nice. And that is the same for bedroom 2 on this side. This one then will be bigger. This is 3.32 by 2.89 meters. You can fit in a queen size bed, wardrobe in the front, and the window size. So it's the same, you have a 2 panel here. You can open both of them. And just too bad it's not bigger lah, how I wish it's bigger. But that one kena tambah duit lah. Moving on, bedroom number 3. So this one is also a queen size bedroom, which is nice as how they managed to squeeze out one more bedroom in the center, right? I like it. The size is about 2.78 meters by 3.05 meters on this side for the bed area. But at the front here, you got some space right in front of the door for your wardrobe. Similar treatments of the laminated timber flooring, timber skirtings. But this one, you have extra window panels looking across lah. So the quality of space here will be way better. In comparison, for the other 2 bedrooms, this room will be the best lah. Then moving opposite, this will be the master bedroom. However, how I wish there would be a foyer in front to have more privacy for the space. So I think the door will be opening this side. So if it's open this way, then it will be fine, because you will see the toilet side. This side then will be the bed. So the bed area space is really nice. So the width is 3.8, the depth is about 3.15 meters. After you put in a king size bed here, you still have ample amount of space to walk around. And for the window size, it's also bigger. It's similar to the 3rd bedroom just now, where you have 3 panels. Just that you got extra here, right? So when you open up to your favorite view, and after you put in a king size bed, right, bedside tables, you still have one more slot of space for you to squeeze in your dressing table here and your walk-in wardrobe. So this corner here is going to be so lovely for the wife. guys, we just need one, maybe this part only lah. So the width of this area here is about 1.6 meters, so you can have a very deep wardrobe. You can put in your suit ke, baju kemeja ke, semua pun boleh lah. Okay, and just to highlight further, this is a show unit, so when you come in, right, please do check with the salesperson on the exact specification provided by the developer. Okay, because sometimes it's seasonal, it might change from time to time. Please make sure that you know what you are signing when you buy. Moving on, this will be the ensuite bathroom to the master bedroom, right? So you will have the ramp, full height wall tiles, no shower screen. Shower system. You have a window for ventilation, Sorrento, WC, and basin. Okay. The weirdest thing is this is actually pretty sizable, pretty standard for a ensuite master bedroom. But when you look into the common bathroom just now, right, this suddenly feels so small. And I guess that's all for the show unit. Let's go around the site, because the site is just next to the sales gallery, right? And check out a few things, maybe the international school, the shop lots, and the lake. Let's go. So right in front of us will be the site already, so that's under construction. We can see from a drone shot that there is foundation work taking place already. That's nice. Then it's right next to the water structure, so it means this building is within one of the highest point of the building already lah. Okay, the water structure, you always put one of the highest point the entire location, so this is next to it. Plus, when you have such a structure, it means there won't be any other high-rise that's going to be built there, so your view is almost guaranteed. And like about maybe 20 meters away, this is Eton International School that is located right next to the site. So the one with the blue billboard, that will be the site of Erat residents. Walking distance, definitely you can reach already, provided if you are sending your kids to this school lah. However, something bigger to look at will be the size of the roads and the current state of them. So you look into it, everything is completed. Now left all this empty plot of lands to be developed. So when time comes, the developer can just plug in and build their very own development without worrying about infrastructure. So it means the pace of development will greatly increase. Then you look into the sidewalk as well, you look into the road curbs, the landscape treatment, street lamps, everything, it's all ready. Wow! Also that includes the walkways, the fencing, everything lah. And 5 minutes drive away, we have this commercial area. And if you look into the tenancy, it's all pretty packed already, and you have a new row of commercial shops right in front as well. That one's still underdeveloped. But mainly you will have fast food joints, you will have F&B outlets, pharmacies, clinics, a lot of childcare one, then dentist, mama, and this is located right opposite the mosque. So here you can see it's all halal food lah. Even the mi tade is also the makanan Cina Muslim one. So even on F&B, you will have some Muslim Chinese food here, which is excellent if you are part of the community. Good. Then another 5 minutes drive away, we are now in Lake Point Galleria by the township developer, which also highlights a very beautiful thing about this project, where you get to leverage on whatever infrastructure that has been completed by the master plan developer. It's so beautiful. You look into the landscape treatments around, because those were meant for all the landed homes within this address. That has always been the focal point for their developments. That's why they kind of collaborated with this particular project developer, which is amazing, right? Here, besides having that complex where you have a grocer, you will have some cafes and things like that, but I think the main thing here is this beautiful park. So just in case the facilities within the projects is insufficient, it cannot really contain your kids' energy, right? You can always have the option of bringing them here to a bigger public park. And I must say, this is done really, really well. So this is a Minecraft themed. The kids who are playing games, right, they're gonna go insane over it. And this is for public, means for all residents around the address can just bring their kids here during the weekends, on the evenings. What a nice place to hang out. And the scale, I must say, it's amazing. So this is going to be built next to the lake in the center, which is also very beautiful. And you just look at it, right? So there will be a bicycle pathway, then you got a jogging track. So nice. There's a burung bangau kat sana. Cik, wow, so nice. Anyway, I guess that's all for the development. It's now time for Sean's take 3 on 3. So for the 3 things I like, number 1 will be the project being part of the township development. So when you look into townships like this, the entrance statement is sorted out, the landscape is sorted out, the infrastructure such as the street lights, the roads, the parks, everything is sorted out, right? And the benefit of town planning is when you will see like anything that is complementary to the residents will be built concurrently along with the houses. So for buyers of this project, you get to leverage on whatever that has been built by the township developer. So you kind of have the best of both worlds, where you don't have to really pay the premium for a township development, but then you get to enjoy all these on top of all the facilities that is provided within the project itself. Solid. This means when you move into your property, like let's say 3 years from now, international school is ready, primary school is ready, park is ready, shops are ready, you are ready to leave already. You can begin your new lifestyle in a new location almost like that. Then the second thing, which is my favorite thing of this developer, they are very passionate about their approach of design, which is the universal design. So there's a checklist that they follow where it comes to the door lever, the height of the switches, the turning radius around the kitchen and bathrooms and things like that. That results in this unique layout that is out of this market, right? You will never see another product type that is almost similar. Nothing comes close to it. It means when you come into the kitchen size, it's very wide to an extent, but it's just friendly for those with mobility difficulties. And when you go to the yard space, it's a functional wet kitchen. This gotta be the biggest yard space that we ever see before. You can perfectly fit in a wet kitchen and the laundry space at the same time. Then when you come into the common bathroom, some might think that it's over designed, but if you have tried being on a wheelchair before, I have tried, you will really appreciate the extra width and size, because a lot of designs in the market are not exactly friendly. However, for us who are a little bit more lucky, right, if you have experienced bathing 2 toddlers at the same time before, you will appreciate the bathroom of that size as well. Then from the unit layout, I like this 3-bedroom layout that is again very hard to find, because most of the time we are more used to the 3-bedroom layout or 3+1 at most, right? So this is a perfect 4-bedroom layout. And just when we thought that this kind of layout design might be a little bit out of norm based on all their previous projects, right, from the Riang, Tuai Timur, Tuai Barat and all sold out. And I like the approach of just working on whatever design that has been working all this while. So they are not trying to reinvent the wheel, but just improving on whatever that has already been working. And the last thing is they are sensitive towards the target audience, especially with the community in this location. So here we can see that this is one of the favorite locations for Muslim friends. That's why we can see a very beautiful mosque here. We can see lots of halal restaurants around the F&B areas. Even the daycare reflects those. Therefore, within the design elements also, we will have the extra bedroom setting, we will have the extra kitchen setting. And I really like that sensitivity towards the target audience, not just merely build whatever you want. Also, from this price range of the product, it matches a void within the market. So like the new launches of landed products here, I think the new one is about 800,000 to about 1 million. So this product actually slits in a very nice gap, where the selling price is about 500 over 1,000 to 600 to 700 over 1,000, right? Solid. And it's going to be one of those very first high-rise within the setting. So the benefit of that is you get the exceptional view, you have that stratified living lifestyle with all the facilities and things like that, right? So I think that is very smart, meaning just nice you slid in, right? And something about this product also, because as we mentioned, it's a high-rise, then when the others are all landed, right? If you look into the density, in total there's only like 269 units across 4.5 acres, right? In a floor plate you will have 10 units only. So in terms of density compared to what we have seen across the market, it's very low. But of course, if you compare to the high rise, it's still very high lah. But again, it's that very nice product placement within the market. Anyway, for the 3 concerns I have for the project, number 1 will be the relevance of address. So Alam Impian is adjacent to Kota Kumning, is adjacent to Shah Alam. So if you are working around these areas or close to these areas, then it will make a lot of sense. Because if you stay here and you work in Jalan Tun Razak, you need to travel every single day, right? The travelling time might be a concern. But seriously, if you work just across like Shah Alam HQ or whatsoever, right, that will be superb. Like if you are just within all the industrial areas here, But do also be mindful on the toll, so there will be an 80-cent toll coming in and out because a lot of my friends are actually residing around this area, and that will be one of the points to take note. And the second thing is you will see a lot of empty lands around the project. From the drone shot, you can just see, wow, it's just going to be so much more developments coming up. So there will be this level of uncertainty. However, this is going to be part of the master plan developed by the master planner So if you were to have any uncertainties, you can always check out on what they are doing. But just too bad it's not controlled by this developer, but the master developer. So looking at the scale of it, most likely the developments here are going to be landed products. But that's also just me guessing. And that's the point also, just that we don't know what's going to be developed in the future. Do we have somewhat of control? Not really also, but it's going to be all done by the master township developer. Yeah. So for the third thing, the only design thing that I don't like within the project will be the placement of the elevated car park away from the tower. So they have previously done it, and that really just reflects also the good thing, which is the very low density of the project. So you don't really need a lot of unit, you don't have very high towers, and the amount of canvas is so big to an extent where they can even accommodate the car park structure away from the main residence tower. That's a bonus. But then based on the feedback of their previous projects, they were all talking about the horizontal travelling distance from the car park over to the tower. So the good thing here is they do not have the link bridge anymore, but they seek the structure to the residential tower directly. But you still need to walk right? You still need to walk. But as a result of this, suddenly the structural system need not to be that complicated. You don't have to have a very complicated foundation system to cater to the entire tower's weight or whatsoever. So it really adds up to the cost efficiency. It really brings down the selling price further, which benefits all residents here. So indirectly, as an exchange for that, it's just a longer horizontal distance to travel every single day. Yeah, but they already made it closer. And I guess that's all for this episode. So this is a very clear own stay product. If you are residing around this area, then you want to buy one for your kids, most likely this is it, right? To have them stay closer to you when they get married. This is going to be their starter home. Don't be too far away from the family, right? And if you work around the area, it makes a lot of sense because you basically have everything that you need already within this township. Just that if you need to constantly be in KL or to be in other locations within the city, then you gotta think again. But again, I really do think that the product placement is a really sweet spot within the market in this area. All landed is already about 800,000 to $1 million. Just a nice void there, and with their usual approach to design, I think this is going to be solid. And I think that's all for this episode. If you really like this episode, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao.